welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. As most of you probably already know, but in case you don't, I am now offering personal readings. So if you would like one, please read my terms of services in the description box before emailing me which reading you would like. Okay, today's pick a card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see you versus them, the person who is on your mind. What is going on in this connection? In front of me, I have 3 different groups, each with a different image. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Group number 1. Okay, so you versus them. What is going on in this connection? Okay, group number 1. So the top row is going to be their energy and the bottom row is your energy, okay? So right away what I'm seeing with the 6 of Cups reversed with your person is it's kind of like, you know, that tends to be kind of a less passionate energy and less connectedness than the 6 of Cups upright. So that tells me that, you know, this person, it's kind of like they're lacking the passion and connection in regards to you currently, okay? But what's interesting is because it's the 6, it's still kind of like this person can't get over the past though, okay? Because the 6 of Cups is all about that past connection, okay? But what's interesting is I feel like just this very torn energy going on with your person. And along with that, with the 8 of Pentacles here, I feel like, you know, this person, your person feels most in their element, like when they know what they're doing, when they know like what their purpose is, okay? And I honestly feel like they're probably diving into work, like putting all their focus and attention on it as a way to deal with what is going on between you guys. Because I'm just getting kind of like somebody who's in this like limbo land, okay? Like on the fence, not sure which way to go, and that like really bothers them. I see that with Temperance reversed here, like this person does not feel balanced, okay? And they don't feel like their most confident self when they're like in this in-between land, you know, so to speak. Kind of like somebody who, you know, has been working and they're really identified with their role in work. Well, you two not being together is like that person who's used to working and knowing who they are when they work, and then like all of a sudden they don't have that job anymore, okay? And they feel lost. They feel like, who am I? Like that's how this person feels not being with you, okay? What's interesting though is with the Justice card here, I really do feel like though you're not really getting any indication of the truth of that, okay? Like I really do feel like they're kind of just putting on this facade, this face, not saying that, you know, they're not trying to do well and to carry on and move on, so to speak, or at least move forward, I should say. I don't feel like this person's currently moved on, even if you were to say there was somebody else. Their energy and emotion is telling a different story, okay? But what's interesting is like with the Justice card, there is like this desire to make things right with you. But all the while, it's like they've got this poker face, okay? So like they're not going to reveal anything is what I'm seeing, no matter what they're feeling inside. Because with Temperance next to it reversed, I do see that, you know, it's kind of like just this energy of like kind of turmoil. You know, like a lot going on inside, but they're really trying to keep this cool, calm, collected persona and like move forward in life and act like everything's fine. Even if you guys were to talk, okay, I feel like instead of really opening up and telling you how they feel, it's kind of like they would just be like, I'm fine. Everything's great in life. Like that kind of thing. And I'm not even necessarily getting that it's to be fake or even to make you think that. I'm kind of getting that they are trying to convince themselves of that to feel okay. A little bit would be to make you think that they're fine without you. But I'm more getting this person is more like, they're very like focused on themselves, I feel, and like feeling better is what's coming through here. The other thing is with that Six of Cups reversed, I don't really like seeing that because it's a very like conflicted energy. Like on one hand, I do feel like they have feelings for you, but then on the other hand, it's almost like they wonder though, is it enough? Okay, that's interesting. So although they feel lost without you, they're trying to decipher what's what as well with themselves. Okay, then going down to your energy with the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, just even starting off with the Queen of Swords for you guys, I feel like, you know, you guys had this energy about you where like you might have experienced them shifting with you all of a sudden, you know, like them acting different, acting like they don't want this with you. And you were like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, if you don't want in, get out. Like, whether you said that or not, like, that's your type of energy that's coming through, okay? And, you know, being that the Queen is reversed, that's not feeling like your best self either. So I feel like it's almost like you felt like you had no choice but to break off from this connection, even though you didn't want to, okay? But what's interesting is you guys have the two most optimistic cards in the deck right next to each other, okay? With the Star card and the Sun card, it's like there is a part of you, though, that really does feel like this connection was soulmate, twin flame, something, you know? And I'm just getting like a real optimism coming from you. It's like you are so much clearer on your feelings. And it's like you know what you felt. You know the connectedness that you felt. And it's kind of like, you know, I just kind of see you guys like under a starry sky, wishing upon a star, like hoping that, you know, like the light will dawn on this person and they'll realize, you know, like nobody else compared to the joy that you felt with them. And it's kind of like you guys have the energy like, hey, you know, hello, like if you felt anywhere near that same amazing connection that I felt, wake up to it. And again, you know, we end with the Four of Pentacles for your energy, and it's kind of like, yeah, you know, you're kind of looking over your shoulder, you're wondering about them, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're guarded, though. Your heart's guarded because you're trying to be smart about this, okay? And it's like you're not going to accept any breadcrumbs that you might get from this person, like a hey, or what you doing, you know, like text. It's kind of like, no, like, you either want back what you had or forget it, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you guys. Then I wanted a clarity for the Six of Cups reversed because I rarely get that card. So I find it to be strange. And I got the Page of Cups. So that made me feel like, as far as their energy goes, I feel like, okay, this was kind of like puppy love for this person, okay? Very crush-like energy. And I'm almost getting the impression that this person might have been infatuated with the idea of you. And then as soon as things started to get real, this person's like, like, I don't know how I feel about you anymore. In group one, that is not personal, okay? Like, that is literally just this person and how they're wired, okay? Especially if they're, like, younger than you, okay? I mean, it's not always an age thing. They could be older than you and still go through this, you know what I mean? But there is definitely more of an immaturity coming from them than you, okay? Because I feel like you knew what you had, you knew what you wanted, you weren't going to take it for granted. But this person's kind of different. Okay, I'm getting a bit more of a, like I said, like an immature energy compared to you. And I really feel like this is how they are in relationships. Like they don't know how to go deep with people. So they don't know how to take it to the next level. So as soon as things start to get real and rocky and their infatuation is no longer there, like that idea of you instead of, you know, like they have this such a like rose-colored glasses idea of relationships that as soon as things get real for this person, I feel like they jump ship. So it's not that they don't have feelings for you. It's that they don't know what to do when things start to get real, is what I'm feeling. And then with you, to clarify the Queen of Swords reversed, I got the Magician, okay, upright. So that tells me like you really felt like amazing when things were going good with this person as well. But as soon as they started to shift, it was like all of a sudden you didn't feel like you could be this amazing person, you know, who's living up to their full potential and in this sun mode, you know. And it was like that's when the Queen of Air became reversed. And you felt cold, shut out of their life, like you had to shut them out of your life, like type of mirroring going on is what I'm seeing. But you wanted nothing more, though, than both of you to be like your best selves, is what's coming through. So I feel like you guys just don't understand this at all. Like, why they make it so tough. Because to you, it's pretty easy. Yeah, and then with the Lenormand cards, you know, we have the garden, the maze reversed. So I feel like, you know, yeah, that also like clarifies that as soon as things got rocky, this person wasn't the best at communicating. And they, you know, almost like they gave up on the connection and you felt like you had no choice but to cut it off. Yep, I see that. Communication was the obstacle. So there wasn't necessarily probably any even real issues between you. There could have been, but either way, really getting mostly a lack of communication. And then with the magnifying glass, okay, yeah. This person's, like I said, with the 6, they're still connected to you. They still have feelings. They're still trying to understand them. And they're still like keeping an eye on you is what I'm seeing with that. Then we have the Sun card, okay? So like somewhere, you know, they know too. Like, things were amazing with you, and they're not just going to have that with anybody, you know? So yeah, this person's definitely confused. They're on the fence. They're trying to understand their emotions. It's like, it's possible you were this person's first serious relationship. I'm just getting such a newbie feeling from this person. They probably did have one before you, which also could have been a real relationship, but overall, I'm just getting this person's like, they're just not used to going deep and being real with people. Okay, so with the message cards, we have, I'm sorry. Okay, so this person does acknowledge that, you know, it's not that it's just one-sided and one person's fault, but they are acknowledging their part in this. Okay, so they do come across like they are sorry. Then they say, let me have you. Okay, interesting. Kind of cocky, I feel, given, you know, what happened and it being because of them, that you feel like you two can't be together. Then we have, you are so beautiful, why do you need me? Okay, so that's also interesting, group 1. I feel like now that kind of tells a bit of a story as far as like, again, things not going right. And, you know, this person, their insecurities could have been coming up as well. And again, instead of knowing how to maneuver through those emotions and communicate, it's like they'd rather jump ship, okay? It's like how they're used to dealing with things. Then we have maybe, okay, so yeah. And 2 gray cards here, which is like somebody who's kind of like, you know, in that, again, that in-between land and not knowing what to do, very indecisive and like, should we like try this again? Should we not? You know, especially if they don't really know like what to make of their emotions as well as how to deal with things. They're definitely like on the fence. And then we have, what do you want? Okay, so yeah, that also kind of shows it. Like this person would rather you call the shots. So yeah, I'm definitely getting more of a, you know, younger vibe from this person. But again, they don't have to be, but they're definitely coming across as being more mature than you know, and just somebody who's like not used to, you know, when things get real, basically. And then we have, I'm afraid to talk. Okay, interesting. I feel like this person would not want to admit that to you, but that's definitely coming through with, you know, the back and forthness. Like on one hand, I do feel like with the 8 of Pentacles and the Justice card, there's a part of them that wants to take action and make things right with you. But then with the 6 of Cups reversed and the Temperance reversed, it's almost like they get too caught up. They start to overthink, get in their feels a bit, you know, and they're like, yeah, I don't even want to go there. Like it's too uncomfortable for them. Then we have, I'm open to compromise. So ultimately, we end with that card, and I feel like this person, though, does overall, like, want to communicate with you and come to some kind of common ground, okay? But it's interesting that they kind of want to put the ball in your court with the number 4 here, and what do you want? So it's kind of like group 1, you know, you have more say in this than I feel like you realize. So it's no wonder that you feel like all this optimism and this connectedness, but are still kind of guarded. It makes sense, you know. But yeah, definitely a wishy-washy energy with this person, and I feel like a lot of it could be they're not as experienced as you are when it comes to a real relationship. Okay, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number 2. Okay, so you versus them. What is going on in this connection? Okay, so the top row is them and the bottom row is you. Okay, so right away, what I'm seeing with the 5 of Cups here is your person is definitely feeling hurt from not being with you guys, okay? As well as I'm actually getting, I'm just going to be blunt with this, that they feel hurt because of something in regards to you. Like you guys did something, okay, that ended this relationship is what I'm seeing with that. So they're feeling like all around hurt, not being with you and because of something that happened. Okay, but at the same time, I see that this person has a definite fighter spirit. When there is something, you know, that they believe in, they don't give up. This person does not give up easily with the 9 of Wands here. But they're definitely proceeding and moving forward with this idea with caution, okay? But I see them still holding on, though, to the idea of you two. But with the 2 of Wands here, I do feel like, you know, at this point, this person's more dreaming about it. They're not really currently planning on taking any action. They're thinking about it. They're, you know, like I said, like planning, but they're not currently taking any action. Okay, so like with the Tower here, I do feel like they feel like, you know, you two ending shook up their whole world. Okay, and like everything felt like it was upside down. I do feel like this person, unless this is a recent breakup, I do feel like this person has had time to deal with this breakup. But at the same time now, it's kind of like they feel like something would have to dramatically shift within them to have the courage to even take any action towards you at this point. Now, looking at your energy, I see that you guys, you know, it's kind of like you appear like you've moved on, but at the same time, like she's kind of like looking over her shoulder, but you're still wondering about this person. I mean, right, you're checking out these videos, but at the same time that you entertain this idea, it's like your heart is also guarded, okay? Like, so that's interesting. I feel like you were hurt as well, like it wasn't just you, but it's possible that if you feel like, no, that's right, like it was because of me, then I feel like what that's saying is like you hurt yourself as well, and you don't know if they can trust you, is what's coming through with that. Okay, but with the Page of Cups here, what's interesting is throughout all this hurt, I feel like you've really dived into like this creative side has really opened up within you, as well as like your intuition. And I do feel like you're diving into like an area that maybe you haven't explored before that's now open to you creatively. And so I feel like to the outside world, as well as your person, like you guys appear like you have moved on, okay? And that's part of why this person is kind of like all up in their feels and, you know, feeling hurt that you two aren't together. I feel like there's a lack of communication, if any, okay? Especially with the Queen of Swords here reversed. And I feel like they just kind of feel like you guys are like icy and have kind of iced them out of your life. And yeah, so there's just a lot of wondering and a lot of doubt on their part, like with this person looking through the window. Like they are imagining like, what would it be like if we reconciled, if we got back together? But at the same time, they feel like they're not getting anything from you. Okay, like no indication. Like I do feel like this person is checking out your social media if you have it, but at the same time, like they're not getting any clues from it. Okay, if anything, it just appears like you are off doing your thing, you're magical, you're being your magical self, and they think you don't miss them, you know. I do feel like though, you know, for your guys' own sake, it is like you are putting yourself first and you are diving into work and what you're passionate about and, you know, reconnecting with those that maybe you have lost touch with, like that kind of feeling, okay? So I honestly feel like that's great. And at the same time, I do feel like they're on your mind, you know? And like I said, like you are checking this out, so. Yeah, it's kind of got like this mirroring between you two of like you're both kind of wondering. And you're both kind of like this person, you know, looking out the window, wondering if the other is going to reach out first is what I'm seeing. And so in return, it's kind of like nobody is taking any action towards the other. So yeah, okay, so all right, I wanted to clarify like the Tower. What came out for that was the Ten of Swords. So that kind of makes me feel like your person feels like right now, like time apart from you is what would be best for both of you. Okay, so I find that interesting. It's kind of got that feeling of like if you love something or someone, like set it free. And if it comes back to you, it's meant to be. Like that's like how your person's operating right now. So they really, I feel like, do believe that like if you two are meant to be and you want to make this right, like that you'll come back and you'll apologize, which the Page of Cups also does represent like an apology. So I feel like you guys actually have vacillated and gone back and forth in your own mind about debating on reaching out and apologizing and just not with the Queen of Swords reversed. Maybe you guys have, but it didn't really go anywhere, okay? So I'm actually kind of getting like, for some of you, you might have reached out and apologized and kind of wanted to see like how they'd be. But I'm not feeling like it went anywhere, even though I do feel like that's what this person wants. It's almost like they want you guys to like lay out the red carpet for them and like really like come back and apologize and spell it all out and just like serenade them with a song. I don't know, but like they want the works is what I'm getting. This person like needs reassurance, okay? Yeah, and it's almost like until then, they're gonna just keep their distance is what I'm seeing with this card. Now you guys, to clarify your cards, I got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. What that tells me is you guys kind of feel like, you know, assessing the situation, whether you've apologized to them or not. I just, like I said, like it fell flat, like it didn't really go anywhere. So it's kind of like, I feel like you guys think, you know, with the lack of action and hearing from them, you feel silly for even holding on to the idea of this connection is what I'm feeling. Yeah. That's because it's almost like you feel like your guys' ship has sailed with what's currently going on, which is nothing between you two. Interesting, group two. Okay, and then with the Lenormand cards, we have the work card. So it's possible for some of you work could have been a factor. Like they could have been spending long hours at work or on work and just like not giving you, you know, time or attention, something like that. Or this person dives into work to deal with it. Or that's where they spend a lot of their time and energy. They could even be in school or work or school and work. I just feel like, you know, they're really trying to build up that area in life. So that's where like a lot of their attention, time, and energy goes. Okay, so for some of you, they were going to propose to you, or you guys were engaged or married even. Okay, because this definitely has that feeling of like this was the real deal for both of you. So this is not just some easy connection to let go of is what I'm seeing for either one of you. That's why, like, if you're wondering about this person, I do feel like, you know, they're definitely grieving this, like not being together. And yeah, and then we have the cutoff. So this was definitely cut off. Literally, we've got the commitment and then cut off. And then the Man card's reversed. This tells me that you guys both have doubts as far as this relationship being able to be brought back to life is what I'm seeing. Whether or not that's true, that's like how you're both viewing it. Okay, so now for the message cards. We have Strength, Ego. Okay, so instantly what came to me when I saw this card was this person feels like you guys let pride get in the way, okay? They feel like you're being stubborn. And again, I'm just getting the feeling that whether you guys did something or not, they feel like they see it as you being the reason, though, that you guys aren't together. Like I said, whether that's true or not, that's how they're seeing it. But at the same time, we have love me, okay? So even if this person's coming across right now as being kind of like prideful and not giving you anything text-wise, action-wise, deep down, they're like, love me, okay? And then we have yes. So it's like this person is just waiting. They're waiting for some kind of sign, some kind of, like I said, like that reassurance if you have apologized. It's like they want you to convince them that you're sorry and that you want this. Because, yeah. Then they say, I am too afraid to talk to you. Okay, so it's coming across that it's not that they don't want to talk to you, it's that they're afraid to talk to you. Which is interesting. And then they say, happiness is my priority. Okay, yeah, we see that, with the feeling like they have to walk away. But at the same time, they do have that fighter spirit that wants to keep going with this. Like as soon as they get a sign from you. Okay, this is really interesting. Then we have you are right. So even though I feel like they feel like they're right, there is a part of them that does acknowledge something about what you have said before was also right. Okay, so it's kind of like when they let that pride down, they actually open their mind to seeing things from your point of view. It's kind of like they can meet you there. Like they have more of a compromise than what they're letting on. Like if you two were to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Then we have I just want space. Okay, so definite back and forth energy going on with this person. Like 1 minute they're like, oh, love me and yes, but I'm too afraid to talk and I'm putting my happiness first and I need space. Okay, again, that's like that reassurance. So as much as this person wants to like jump in your arms and give this thing a go again, it's like there's another part of them that's like, kind of guarding their heart like you are and saying, hey, I'm putting myself first, almost like if you want to talk, you need to talk because I'm not reaching out. I need space. Yeah. And then we end this with, I just want you all the time. It's like, yeah, okay, that's the end game. This person wants you. They're just kind of playing the game right now to see if you guys will come forward. Like 100% is what I'm seeing. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so you versus them. What is going on in this connection? Okay, group number 3. So right away, what I'm seeing with you guys, okay, so this is your energy and the bottom row is their energy. Okay, so with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, I'm getting the impression that, it was like your person felt like they had this happy home and then something came along and totally disrupted the happy home that you two shared. Okay, so that could be metaphorical or that could be literal. Okay, I'm actually getting for a lot of you, you did live with this person. And yeah, so now I'm seeing, with the 2 of Swords here, that you guys, you're cut off from communication. But with it reversed, I do feel like communication is going to happen again between you two, or it is already, by the time you hear this. I see, with the King of Cups, that this person does have a lot of love for you. And I do get that it was genuine. But they're kind of at this place with the 6 of Swords here that they feel like they have no choice but to move on, and heal and do whatever's best for them at this point. Okay, so as far as your energy goes, okay, I have the Ace of Swords reversed. Gives me this feeling of you guys feeling like the rug got ripped out from under you with this shift with your person and you're wondering what is going on. Okay, so the Ace of Swords upright is all about clarity. And so reversed, you guys are kind of feeling like you're left in the dark as far as all this is going. Like, I'm kind of getting this impression like you're like, what just happened? Like, what went wrong? Like, you really don't know. But I feel like you're kind of playing around, okay? Because I feel like on one hand you do kind of know what's going on, but you're kind of painting yourself in an innocent light is what's coming through. Okay, so this is a very specific dynamic. So if you don't feel like this resonates for you, feel free to choose another pile. Okay, so with that being said, with the Seven of Cups here, okay, so I'm getting the impression that your person felt like there was somebody else, okay? Yeah. And there might have even been a few somebody else's, okay? Because he's got like a few different options right in front of him that he's entertaining. So you guys, you know, and it could be like whether or not there actually was somebody. I feel like part of your personality that's coming through is you are naturally charming and can come across as being flirty without trying. I feel like that's you, okay? And this person might have misperceived that and took it as being something more, is what I'm getting, okay? So take that how it resonates. But either way, I'm currently feeling like with your energy that you're kind of getting to the point where you might have tried to reach out to this person and then like didn't hear back from them. So I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, you currently have like this kind of like impatient, frustrated feeling to you. And it's kind of like, I'm just hearing like you be like, okay, you know, if you're not going to love me, then somebody else will, okay? So it is kind of like you are entertaining others now because you're single, you know? And you're not getting anything from them, is what I'm getting. So, yeah. All the while, though, you still feel connected to this person and you are kind of wondering, like, are we going to make things right or is this over, okay? And I feel like that's why you're checking this out. Okay, so what's also coming through, so actually I want to get to that in a bit. So with Lenormand, okay, yeah, we have the Man card reversed, which tells me you guys were together with this person, okay? Even if you weren't in a relationship, it was like you were romantically involved, okay? Even talking to somebody, like there's a relationship there, whether you call it something or not, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that definitely ended with the card being reversed. I feel like you're both kind of diving into work, you know, what could be anything, things you're passionate about, just whatever. But mostly work, I feel like, is taking up your attention. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm actually getting that you guys both feel like the timing wasn't quite right for you guys. Okay, and then we have like the fling card. So again, like, you know, whether or not there was somebody else involved, you guys feel like that your person feels like there was. And again, that could just be the way that you are and the way that you talk. And maybe you do like attention from others and you didn't see anything wrong with that. I'm definitely getting an innocent vibe from you guys. And kind of like, you're like, what? Like, what did I do? Like, that bothered you? Like, that kind of feeling. And then we have the Woman card upright. So it does show me that, you know, you both did take this connection seriously. Like whether you guys actually made it to relationship level or not, and it's possible that you two were a fling or even friends with benefits and then feelings developed, okay? Because I'm getting the end card here is more serious, like you both were taking this for real, whether it actually made it to that level or not, if that makes sense. And it could be, you know, you guys weren't official and your person knew that you were seeing others because you were single. And that could have been what cut this off. Okay, I'm just getting something like that. Okay. So this is interesting. So for the outcome card for your person, we have Justice. So, you know, regardless of them not communicating with you and the lack of action, there is like this part of them that wants to make things right with you, is what I'm seeing. Even if they appear like they've moved on. That's still their outcome card, okay? But your outcome card is a whole different story, group 3. Okay, so with the Three of Pentacles here, okay, yeah. Pentacles is definitely still giving me that work vibe, so I do feel like you guys, a lot of your time, energy, and attention is being spent on work, you know? I feel like you're building something from the ground up, so it's really taking more of you than usual lately. But I'm also getting the impression with the 3 here that there is somebody else involved. Like, it just screams to me like 3. So your person, okay, they might be right. You might be involved with somebody. And it's possible for some of you, you are the other person. And this person's already in a relationship. And it's possible that you guys watching this are already in a relationship and your person is the other person. Okay, again, like it's a general reading. Take what resonates, but there's definitely like that 3 is a crowd feeling with the 3 of Pentacles here as your outcome card. So it is like you guys who are watching this, who chose this pile, are entertaining the person who you're inquiring about as well as somebody else. Interesting, group 3. Okay, so with the messages cards, your person says, I dream about you a lot, too much. So you're definitely on their mind, okay, regardless of any lack of communication and lack of action being taken. And it makes sense because they are coming across, you know, as having love for you, but moving on, but also wanting to make it right. And they also say you are so very special. Okay, so this person sees you highly, regardless if, you know, there was somebody else or they felt hurt by this connection ending. Listen to your heart. Okay, so that kind of makes me feel like this person is trying to almost like convince you guys to choose them. Okay, so maybe they know there's somebody else. Okay, like I said, general reading, it's going to be different for all of you. But group 3, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear in the comments what exactly your scenario is, if you don't mind sharing. Ooh, let me also have, I'm a very jealous person. Okay, so this person, that definitely is screaming that there was somebody else, and if not, that's what this person projected onto you. Group 3, I'm dying to know. You'll have to let me know. Then we have, I sometimes wonder if you care. Yeah, okay, I can see that with these cards. Like, I feel like you guys tried to reach out, nothing, and now it's like you're entertaining others. You might even be coming across on social media, like you're with somebody else or seeing somebody else. So by now, you know, you could be with somebody else, but this person is still on your mind. And then we end it with love is the answer. So, okay, group 3, this person is definitely choosing you, regardless, like I said, of the lack of action. But it's almost like they want to know, like, who are you choosing? Interesting. Okay, group 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right. Bye, guys.